Good morning. Today we're going to make just a simple mug shape. So here I just got my about 1.5 pounds again of clay on the wheel. Just kind of squeezing together to start the centering process. Here I'm going to cone it up and push it back down. And I'm going to do that probably about 3 times. That really helps to get the clay nice and centered, and it helps to continue the wedging process, so it makes it a nice even consistency, easy to work with, gets out any air bubbles that might be in there. So squeezing it together, coning it up, pushing it back down right into itself. And there we have a nice centered ball of clay. So now we're going to open up that center ball of clay. So I use my thumb and a couple of fingers of my other hand to help push my thumb down in it. Push it down in, pull it right out, and then I'm going to compress the bottom of the pot. Compressing is really important. That's going to keep your pot from cracking on the bottom, so you're compressing those clay particles nice and tight together. So here I'm going to start pulling up the walls. So I use a sponge in my outside hand, and I'm going to kind of squeeze a little bit at the bottom, always working from the very bottom of the pot to the very top. I tend to kind of push it in towards the top, so I keep it kind of narrow for the most part until I'm ready to really shake that pot. So again, at the very bottom, squeezing in, gather a little clay, pull what I gathered up into the pot. Your pot should get a little bit taller every pull that you do. And I tend to drag my index finger across the rim, so that helps set my rim after every pull. So that was 2 pulls. We'll do a 3rd pull here. Again, starting at the very bottom. Hands are always connected. And I'm kind of pushing out now with my inside hand as I pull up to nicely shape that pot, give it a nice round shape. And again, drag that finger across the rim. So here I'm going to use this red rib. I think this is from Mud Tools. So I'm really not using it to help me shape the mug. I'm just using this to remove a lot of the slip and slurry that's on the outside of my mug. So that helps it dry a little bit more evenly and a little bit quicker too. So use that rib a couple of times. Again, not really trying to alter the shape here, just removing a lot of that slip that's on the outside of the mug. Now I'm just going to clean up some water that's on the inside. Being very careful not to bump the edges of the mug and knock it off center. And just a little bit more water inside there. And I always clean up my bat on the end. I don't like to drag all that slip and slurry underneath my pot when I cut it off. So here I'm just going to use a wire cutoff tool. Oh, nope, I'm going to use a chamois first. Use that chamois, and I'm just gently placing that on the rim and just kind of wrapping it around the rim. That kind of gives it a nice rounded edge, so there's not any sharp edges on the rim. And now here's my wire cutoff tool, just a quick pull through underneath, and we're all set.